Hey guys, Mr. Palmer here. So, I accidentally got so into baking that I forgot to look at my computer. So my computer died. And so thankfully that other video saved, but I didn't get to pick up where I wanted. So, here we are, back in the kitchen, and this time we're about to make frosting. So, anytime you make frosting, I don't even remember what I was going to say. Well, alright. But whether you use, make a keto frosting or a regular frosting, you're going to want a mixer. I think that's what I was going to say. It makes everything so much easier. So, we are going to start with our butter. And, is there something else? Nope, butter, and then we'll move on to cream cheese. So, we want to use, for this, softened butter, 1/3 of a cup. No problem. Our little measuring guy. And when you make frosting, you want to use unsalted butter. And it's not as soft as I would have wanted. And how much did we say we needed? 1/3 of a cup? Alright, so that's almost going to be an entire stick of butter. But we are going to unwrap it and get it in a microwave safe bowl. And heat it up on a low heat for about 30 seconds. Just to, because you don't want it like super melted. You just want it a little bit softer. I pulled it out before I started baking this morning, but sometimes it needs a little bit more. Alright, almost done. Yeah. A couple more seconds. Alrighty. So you're going to pour our butter into our bowl. Just there. And next, cream cheese. You need cream cheese. How much cream cheese do we need? 8 ounces of softened cream cheese. It is softened. This worked well. And 8 ounces is this entire packet. So first what we're going to do is we are going to whisk the butter for a couple minutes, and then we are going to add the cream cheese. See how I did it this time? This time was correct. I'm just going to double check my directions, but I'm pretty positive I'm doing this right. Be it on high for 2 minutes until light and fluffy, and then add cream cheese for 3 minutes. Okay. And because I'm using a bigger bowl, that did not take so long. Alrighty. So next we are going to take the cream cheese, combine it with the butter in the bowl, It is very soft with the cream cheese. Which will be good. Now, something I forgot to add is always have a spatula on hand when you're doing this, because if you look, the stuff gets all up on the side, and that's just not helpful. That's not gonna get us where we want to be. So, take the spatula and just go down the side of the bowl. It just helps things stay all combined. And this goes on after you, especially after you add the sugar as well. Alright, so that cream cheese and butter is pretty well combined right now. So next we're going to add the confectioner's swerve and all of our extract and stuff. So I used monk fruit, the granulated monk fruit before. You don't want to do that when you make frosting. Why? Because the sugar is gritty, and you don't want to have a gritty tasting frosting. So this is what I use. It's just confectioner's swerve. I love it. I swear by it. So we need 2.5 cups of this. Alright, so now that that's done, we're gonna need vanilla extract and some other stuff too. 1 teaspoon of this. Lemon extract. 1 teaspoon of lemon zest. Alrighty, so now we need 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Just to clarify, I think that's what it says. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Two of those. One of those. Alrighty. And then, oh, lemon zest. So, I think 1 lemon should be enough lemon zest. That's why when I was cleaning, oops, I set that aside. Alrighty. Now, I didn't do it, but something that you should do when you're making frosting is add the sugar 1 cup at a time. Don't do what I did, which was pour everything in at once. You can still do it, but it's better for the frosting so you can manage the consistency if you pour it in one thing at a time. Alrighty, and this is just about good. I'm just gonna add a little bit extra. Because why not? Alright. Beautiful. Now we're going to combine this all together. Oh, and clean up. Put that over here for now. And now let's see. Now, as you're making frosting, you're going to have to go back through with your spatula and combine everything. But it's starting to look good and look like frosting. Alright, that's about the thickness we want. Now, I don't think there's anything else I need to do. Oh! I forgot almond milk. We are going to add how much almond milk? 2 teaspoons. Oh, 2 teaspoons? Oh, okay. Alright. 2 of those. I don't know. Maybe it gives it a nutty flavor. You know what it does? It thins it up and makes it creamy. So that's cool. Alright, I'm just going to scrape the sides of the bowl once more. And then I think our frosting is pretty much good. Which is exciting. Alright. Taste test time. Wow. That is really good. Yep, I am very happy with how that frosting turned out. So I'm definitely gonna, this will be a very nice compliment to my mousse. Alrighty. Alright, well, I guess that's pretty good at this point. Plenty of frosting. And I'm just gonna bring it all down a little bit here. And then, we'll be able to check on our cakes and get this guy decorated. Yeah. The lemon with the confectionery sugar, it really makes it pop. It's very pleasant. I'm surprised. I've never made a keto lemon frosting, but I actually like it better than normal buttercream. Sometimes regular buttercream can just be too sweet for me. It's just not, I don't like that. But anyway, the nice thing is, most of everything is cleaned up. So you have this little, oh, you can't even see it, like that for your dirty dishes, which is like nothing. And the rest of the house is in pretty good shape. Alright. So I can put this guy away. Alright. So next, we will be decorating our cake. So there's a couple things you need when you're decorating. I swear by this. This is my cake spatula. It is fantastic. You need a coupler. Now a coupler will go inside of a cake bag, and that's what keeps all the frosting in there. Obviously, you need a cake bag. And then you need your tips. However it is you want to decorate it. So for me, I'm probably just going to use one of these guys, if you can see it. It creates the pretty little buds on the top. I'm not making colored frosting or anything. It's my birthday. I don't want to clean it up. So ultimately, when it's in the bag, it'll have this inside the bag, your tip on top, and then this outer coupler, which holds everything together. So we're gonna need that. And some other stuff that's pretty important. This is a cake circle. Why in the world do you need a cake circle? Well, oops, you gotta put your cake on something. So we need a cake circle. And now we just need a bag, which usually is the first thing to pop out to me. And of course, when I'm doing a demo, it's the hardest thing to find. Here we go. Alright. I'll prep in this video, why not? So, take your bag, and you get this guy all the way down to the end. Get your scissors. Cut that. Alright, so now this bag is prepped and ready to go. You don't put the tip on yet. So, hold open your thingamabob. Yeah, we use really technical terms here. And now, we take our beautiful lemony icing, and you fold the bag over pretty far so you don't get icing up at the top. Because the only thing icing does up at the top is make a mess. It does not help you. with the cake decorating. So, after I pause, when we come back, oh, I see some of that lemon zest in there. I like it. Now I'm gonna scrape and get every inch of this icing because it goes really quick. You wouldn't think so, but it does. Alrighty, and now I can get that in the sink. Move that guy over there. And excuse me, as usual, I'm going to clean up. And when you come back, you will see my cake decorating station. But now we have our nice icing in our bag, ready to go. And, yeah. So I will pause this for now while I clean. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I mean, I'm sorry you don't get to eat it, because let me tell you what. It's pretty tasty. But, I'm excited to share this with you. Hey guys! Alright, so remember when I said the very next thing you'd see is decorating? I lied. But it wasn't intentional. I forgot. Remember that custard that we made earlier? Well, there was a part 2. And that part 2 was you had to make whipped cream and fold it in. So how I did that, I just didn't show that part. A, because I messed up. And B, because it's just boring. It's a lot of mixing. So I just took 1 cup of heavy cream, put it in a bowl, and you just, I use my hand mixer. You mix it until it becomes whipped creamy. So now, my lemon mousse thing, which smells like a lot of lemon, we're going to fold that into the mixture. So what is folding and why does it matter? Well, you don't mix it. When you fold it, you just kind of layer it on top of itself. And that's different because you don't want it to be completely combined. So, I've never made it, but it looks good. Put the rest of this in here. And if it's terrible, well, then we learned a valuable lesson. Alrighty. So, alrighty. So you fold it and refrigerate for at least 30 minutes. That makes sense. It looks good. It looks very light. So now I'm going to stick this in the refrigerator. And considering this is going in the middle of our cake, I can't do anything else until after this is made. So I will show you how it looks. So you fold things in like this, if you ever want to do it at home. So it's different than mixing, you just layer things like that. Alright, now I'm going to cover it, but first, that definitely adds a different flavor. It's lemony, it's gingery, and it's minty. I think I like it. Alright, so I'm going to speed it up a little bit. And I might stick it in the freezer for a couple minutes and then transfer to the refrigerator. Just so it goes a little bit quicker. Alright, so I can show you what I'm going to do next though, before I pause you again. So we're going to get that out of there. This is my handy dandy cake turner. As you can see by the stain on here, I also use it for ceramics and anything else. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our cake thing. First step is you measure to make sure it's large enough. And I did, and it is. It's barely large enough, but it's still large enough, so we're going to use it. And if it's a little bit over, well, who cares? So, I'm going to get the cakes out of the pan, and once the cakes are out of the pan, one layer is going to go here. Then you take your frosting and you do a ring all around the top, and then you put the mousse in the middle, put the other cake layer on top, and then you start icing. So that's what we're going to do. I will pause while we wait for this to be done, and we'll get the rest of this cake done. So bear with me, guys. Hey guys! Alright, so now the mousse is actually chilled and we're good to go. So, remember how I told you we had to grease our pans earlier? Well, I was serious, because you never know. So, hypothetically, you go like this, and the cake will come right off. And it did. And it left behind the parchment paper, so you don't even have to worry, and it ensures that the cake stays nice and flat. So, it's a very thin little layer, because I guess with the flour we used and everything, it doesn't rise very well. But that's fine. It's going to be a nice, cute little cake. So, that's that layer. And the first thing you do, when you're decorating, you hold the frosting bag like this. And you keep one hand on the top. Otherwise, unless you have a zip tie, you can just or a bread tie, excuse me. Otherwise, when you start pressing, the icing will all come out the top. So, you want to put a nice layer on, because this is what's going to hold our mousse in. And I tried the mousse, and it's not bad. You know, if you're going to do something, you might as well try it. And, yeah, I wasn't upset about it. So, we take our mousse and plop it right in here. Because our cake is so little, this will create some extra flavor, which will be nice. Smooth it over. I really filled it, but that's fine. Whatever. It's not going anywhere. Yep. That's good. Alright, I'm going to do one layer around the top, just to keep all of the filling in. Alright. And now the part you didn't see was I took this fork, and I went around all the edges of the pan, just to make sure that it was good, and it would pop out, which it did. And you can plop that layer down. Again, the parchment paper comes right off, which is great. And now we have our beautiful, cute little cake. So, oh, one important thing. You saw me flip it upside down. And the reason I did that was because whenever you're decorating a cake, you always you flip the cake upside down and put your frosting in the middle, and then again put the cake upside down, because the bottom layer is flat. The top, when the cake rises, it bubbles a little bit like this, and you don't want that to happen. So that's how you get a flat looking cake. Now I'm gonna go around. I don't know how much icing I have, so I may not have enough to do the sides too. So I'm not too worried about that, because that is just about all my icing. Yep. But whatever. Customarily, when you bake a cake, you go around the side, and so you would ice all that, and it would look all nice and pretty. But I don't even have enough to decorate around the top, so I'm not gonna worry about it. So I guess I will show you guys that when we get to it, maybe in school. So what I'm doing now is you move the cake around the turntable like this. Now this icing spreads really well. So when you're done, it'll look pretty. So even if you leave the layers bare, like how I did, you should make sure that it goes all the way to the edge. Which I also did. Yeah. So now, problem is I don't think I have enough confectionery sweetener. Otherwise I'd make more icing. But I definitely don't have 2 cups. Let's see how much I have. Because this looks nice. It's not bad. But for demo purposes, maybe I'd have enough. I don't think I do, though. I have, so the original recipe called for 2.5 cups of this. Yeah, and I have not even half a cup. Alright, so because of technical issues, I will not be able to finish the rest. But I'm not upset. It still looks good. The icing still has a nice layer. And what I can do to make it perhaps look a little bit better, well, I'm going to put this icing back on top so I can spread it. And I can take my finger, go around this edge part, Alright. Now there's so many different things you can do to decorate it and make it look nice. All of them require having enough icing. So since I did not have enough icing, that's as far as I'm gonna get. Well, there's a good lesson to be had. What I just did here, I created a little bald spot on the cake, so then you just go back over it the opposite direction. And if you guys like these, drop a comment down below, and I'll do one next time where I just focus on the decorating. Alright. Well, that almost ended badly. Okay. There you have it, folks. Our lemon cake with the torte. I think, just because you're right here, yeah, why not? I will cut it. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna cut it. I'll wait till later. Let me see, actually. Okie dokie, guys. So after a brief discussion with Tony, I'm not going to cut it now because I'm going to celebrate birthday shenanigans later and I will cut it. But I will post a picture of it in the comments below. So I hope you guys are all doing well. Thank you for coming with me on this adventure to make a cake. Again, this is a lemon cake with a lemon ginger mousse in the middle. And a keto lemon icing on top. So, thanks guys. Stay safe, wash your hands, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.